At one point in my business, I had this grand idea that I was more clever than the company. Now, despite the fact that they gave us a training manual, I wrote my own one for my team. And despite the fact that they gave us incentives and recruiting brochures, I redid them the way that I would do them. I spent an absolute fortune incentivizing things that the company was already incentivizing. So I doubled up on a lot of things. So until one day when I was busy designing another flyer or spreadsheet and worrying about hitting my sales targets, it suddenly dawned on me that I wasn't doing the job that the company wanted to pay me to do. I was paid to talk to people, and the more people I talked to, the more I got paid. And that meant parties, recruit leads, and team members. So I was busy creating a job that no one was going to pay me for, no one was asking me to do, and doubling up on information that already existed. So this was a major light bulb moment for me. So maybe the manuals and incentives and other tools that your company provides are not how you would do them, but it actually doesn't matter. Our job is to make them work and to work out how to use them to our best advantage. We don't need to double up on anything. And we need to use what we've got. The company puts lots of thought into their material, and they give us what they feel will help us the most. Remember that they're in this to make a profit just the same as we are. They want to help us to do that so that we create a win-win for each other. So if you're working to be duplicatable, teach your team to use all the tools provided. It makes it so much easier for everyone. So make a list of all the tools you have and see which ones you can use better. An easy way to work this out is to give each tool, once you've listed them down, a score between 1 and 10, where 10 is you're using them brilliantly and 1 is you're not using them well at all. So for example, you might go through this process and work out that you're not using the company website particularly well. Maybe with new consultants, you're spending a lot of time answering questions for them instead of directing them to the website and teaching them how to look things up for themselves, maybe using the consultant manual as well. So by helping people to use these resources, you'll make life easier for you in the long run. I wrote my own manual when there was nothing wrong with the company one. So see which tools you need to use better and work out a way to do that. Now, for example, company incentives are something that we often don't use well at all, and I wasn't using them very well. I was making my own incentives when the company ones were already there for us to use. So companies often offer promotions for customers, hostesses and consultants, and we don't use them as well as we could. So the interesting thing about monthly results is that they often reflect what people think of the current incentive. So one month someone loves the incentive for customers and has their best month ever. Another month they don't like the incentive and they have their worst month ever. So this can be a real problem for leaders, but without realizing it, we can be creating this problem ourselves. So one Christmas, my company had sales incentives for consultants to sell $1,500. And for every $1,500 worth of products that we sold, we achieved a Christmas tree decoration. And here's one of the ones that I achieved. Rudolph. Now, I was a fairly new leader at the time, and I had not realized what effect I had on the sales of my team. And this is the year that I learned a really big lesson. I did not like these decorations. I did not think they were an incentive at all. I presented them to my team in a very much less than excited way, and I even let some of my team know that I didn't like the decorations. There was another leader in the company called Vicky, and she felt quite differently about them. She absolutely loved them. She was so excited, and she started a competition in her team to see who could get the most of these decorations. So by the end of the month, Vicky was top of the sales board with her team, and I was near the bottom. We were selling the same products in the same market, and we had the same incentives. Vicky's team members earned really good money for Christmas, and Vicky's team check was really healthy, while my team members ended the year feeling actually quite flat, and my check was terrible. So the lesson that I learned was that we really do have to be the best promoter of everything. What we personally think about an incentive or an offer is irrelevant, and we need to make sure that we use these sorts of tools to boost our business. It's free for us, and it helps us to grow our business. as much as we might wish that people weren't so incentive driven, this industry is often driven by incentives. So if your company decided to offer more commission for a month so that people could earn more money, you would actually find that sales would not increase, even though you'd think that they probably would. But if there was a gift or some recognition on offer that people loved and they really wanted, they would work really hard for it. So these sorts of things are really, really important. Everyone gets paid to do their jobs, but these are here to give us a boost. So even if we wish that the mindset was different, I think it would be a real mistake to try and motivate without using these sorts of incentives that are offered by the company. If we're smart, we'll learn to use them to the very best of our abilities. So remember, the company wants us to do our job by being with people. So use what they give you and work out how to make the resources make your job easier. But also work out how you can use them to increase your and your team's income, as in the case of Rudolph, my missed opportunity.